Have you ever wondered that a life without embarrassment is a life without growth? It's like a symphony without melody, a canvas without color, or a story without a plot. Just imagine a world where awkwardness is a constant fearful feeling, a companion that guides every conversation and every action. People bite their nails and worry about what to say not to seem shameful and foolish, hiding in their hoods and stressing about the opinions of others. Well, you don't even have to imagine it. This is a reality. And talking about people, let me introduce my pal and you will get why soon. There was a friend of mine. Well, we're still friends. We used to talk all the time, but we've lost our touch lately. Still, if we get together, we'll talk for hours. Even though their name might sound unusual, you're all undoubtedly familiar with them. You will recall that you have met them more than once if I'll give you their name. All right, my friend is overthinking. Let me tell you more about our friendship and my feelings about it. Overthinking has always been my best friend. I was not bored because I had him. There were lots of what-if scenarios in my head and anxiety because of our special bond. I don't remember how we got acquainted. I guess it was another day of me not knowing how to set boundaries and caring about everything people say. Every time I went to sleep, my friend was eager to remind me of some of the most embarrassing situations in the past I had forgotten about. Thoughts were popping up in my mind, filling it with concerns and qualms. Thank you, buddy. One night, the same thing happened, and I started wondering how I could react differently in those awkward situations. I kept thinking about the correct response at that moment. What would I tell that woman from the grocery store who had already checked out all of the goodies from my full-packed shopping cart when I realized I had left my wallet at home? I even came up with some ideas and repeated some phrases that I could have used. Okay, the woman from the grocery store, that time you won. However, then I came to a realization. I started pondering why I was dwelling on the past when I obviously couldn't change it. I had been clinging to that toxic friendship for so long. I used to be uneasy, constantly mulling over how did my hair look, was I ridiculous in that pink sweater, I probably shouldn't have told that story, or they must have thought I was crazy because of my laugh and all the words I said. That's what I'm talking about. I was influenced by overthinking to the point when I was afraid of doing everything because they would not approve of it. Perhaps some of you have ever felt the same way. But is it truly weird and unacceptable? Does the fear of embarrassment come from that particular reason? Let's make it clear. Often we feel embarrassed when we violate social norms. For instance, when we mispronounce a word, fall in public, get food and tease, or become emotional. It feels like almost the end of our lives. How will people perceive me after that embarrassing moment? Will they think that I'm strange and stop talking to me? Oh, that's our friend again. However, as David Spiegel, the director of the Center on Stress and Health at Stanford Healthcare, puts it, there are times when the worry about the problem is a lot worse than the problem itself. Therefore, having that kind of exaggerated thinking and mindset stops us from living a fulfilling life. Instead of thinking about our goals, we choose to ponder the opinions and thoughts of others, taking them so seriously as well as our clumsiness and awkwardness. But the truth is that no one cares about it. They're living their lives, planning to start up a business idea or walk the dog, but not thinking about the way your bangs are styled. And later, I will give you a chance to make sure of it. So fear of being ashamed is real. However, it is a bit useless, especially when you know that it won't lead you anywhere except social anxiety, overthinking, decreased energy level, appetite changes, lack of creativity and uncertainty, which is not nice, right? Being afraid of making mistakes won't benefit you either. It will discourage the desire to try something new because you know that you will fail. Naturally, we tend to stubbornly avoid those feelings, considering them negative ones, because we don't want people to see us failing or doing something wrong. But what if I told you that feelings of awkwardness can have benefits? Would you believe me? I'm not joking. It is useful to embarrass yourself, primarily in order to grow and evolve as a person, and also to be able to laugh at yourself. Isn't that an amazing skill? I guess a friend will hate it. So how can we embrace the embarrassment to live a better life? Here, perceptions are key. And the first thing we can do is shift the impression of awkwardness. Once we know that it is beneficial, it will be easier to do. Right now, I will ask you to close your eyes and imagine the most embarrassing situation that has happened to you. So you dive into a memory, and I first want you to realize that you can't change it. You can't change it no matter how many times you think about it or desperately trying to change the course of events. You just have to acknowledge it. And yeah, I know that it can be tough. However, if you remind yourself that you can't change your past every time you get deluged with overthinking and social anxiety, your brain will get used to this mindset. Do not open your eyes, just repeat after me. I can't change it, but I can learn from it. Now open your eyes. Can you see that this 1, 5, or 10 embarrassing moments, they do not matter now. They were not the end of everything. Maybe they were the start. If you're eager to dedicate more time to dealing with it, then try affirmations. They can be defined as positive statements you can repeat to overcome negative thinking and shift the way you feel and think about yourself. They can sound like, I believe in myself, or I'm capable of solving any problems that face me, or now I consciously decide to let go of my past and embrace my present. Your first step will be to define which affirmations you need to hear. Just search for them on the internet and write them down in your phone notes or physical notebook. Let's start with 5 phrases. Try to repeat them every day while showering, doing skincare, or just taking a little break. It may feel awkward for you to repeat some phrases, however, don't stop doing it. The next thing you can do is try to put yourself in the position of an observer, to understand people's reaction to situations. Make your own experiments and discover insights. Try to catch your reaction when people are embarrassing themselves. Learn to be more optimistic about those awkward moments. Don't focus on them so much. It will not benefit you. If you perceive those situations as normal and funny, other people will too. Imagine that you did something embarrassing, in your opinion. Then you came home and started analyzing the situation. Not like blaming yourself for this and being self-skeptical, but seeing the whole picture. And then you will list some benefits of it. I believe in you. You'll do your best. For instance, it could be, I learned that spilling coffee on white clothes can be an icebreaker in an intense situation. I found a way to make people feel more comfortable and connect them. Or maybe it's a sign that I could be a designer, so masterfully spilling the liquid and transforming my clothes. You see, every awkward moment can be funny, and you can laugh at it too. If your perception of it is easy, no one will see it as embarrassing. Believe me, I'm such a mess with those coffee things. Not only them, and other people too. To feel better about yourself, I suggest you Google embarrassing situations and go into pictures. There are people's awkward stories. Read them. Maybe you'll find the same stories as yours and understand that you're not the only one who makes some missteps and feels that way. It's just a normal human reaction. Let's embrace the embarrassment and normalize it. We're all humans, prone to being clumsy and making mistakes. Spilling coffee or falling in public, it doesn't matter. We're all united by our embarrassing moments. And yeah, break those toxic friendships.